Now you have found all your old pensions. You know the supplier of the pension, you know their contact information, you know the account number, you know the approximate value in there, and you have updated your net worth spreadsheet. Now we need to know if it's the right idea for you to transfer your pension. Now this is impossible for me to say, but I will give you a rule of thumb. So I may not be right, but I will be right in most cases. So you have two different types of pension. A DC scheme, which is very common these days and probably definitely the most common type of pension that you have. That is a direct contribution. We spoke earlier about making a contribution out of your own salary. So a direct contribution is making those contributions out of your own salary. Now, if you have a DC, a direct contribution scheme, absolutely go ahead and move them. We're going to move them later on, and I'll talk to you about where to move those pensions. But you can move the DC schemes. Now, if you have a DB, a direct benefit scheme, this is different. It's a general rule of thumb to just leave those where they are. It may not be the case in some situations, but it is the case in most situations. If you want to question this, if you think it may not be a good idea to keep this DB scheme in one place and you want to move it, you should seek pension transfer advice. And that is from a specialist. And just as a heads up, they're probably initially going to tell you that you should keep it where it is. But if they want to deep dive further, absolutely let them. But these DB, these direct benefit schemes, you should keep them in one place where they were created in the first place. Now, these are schemes, these DB schemes are schemes that are based on your years of service. These are known as the gold standard of pensions, and this is why you should keep them where they are so you can keep the benefits. These are usually old schemes. Not many people do these anymore. The responsibility of the pension was on the employer. The DC scheme, the responsibility of the pension is on you, the employee. So these are very common now. So you are responsible for taking charge of these DC schemes. But a DB scheme, your old employer or your current employer is responsible for that. And that comes with a lot of benefits. So you do not want to lose those benefits. So keep those where they are. Remember where they are. Make notes of where they are. Just so when it comes down to retiring, you can go and access those pensions. But you should keep DB where they are. And DC scheme, you can look to transfer those.